MeteoMark Weather Show. Let's get into some viewer sent in photos from Ashton Ballou here from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Take a look at some of these spring-like photos. He sent these in today. However, he took them about a week or two ago. And as you can see, a lot of flowers starting to bloom. Spring is definitely in the air across this portion of the country. And take a look at this. You got some daffodil type flowers, maybe some tulips springing up, and even some violet colored flowers here. So very nice looking across the area. And of course, the really good colorful ones always seem to come up first. So get out there and take some photos of this stuff and enjoy it. However, if you're a little adverse to pollen, the pollen count is going to start coming up across much of the southern states, so beware of that. And that will translate over the next month to the northern states. Thank you, Ashton, for sending those nice spring-like photos in. Let's take a look at precipitation amounts during the next 4 to 5 days. This is going to be my big story. Across the Pacific Northwest, additional 2 to 4 inches in those areas that were hard hit by those mudslides and landslides, and this is not very good news. And then here across the eastern portion of the United States, from the central portion, north central plains, over to the east, this is where we're going to be seeing some problems, and problems in the form of heavy rain. Areas that have seen heavy rain will continue to see heavy rain over the next, say, several days. And that will be mainly from Thursday into Saturday, and that will bring many of the rivers and streams that are at bankful even higher, which is not very good news to say the least. Here across the eastern portion of the United States and the lower Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, and New England. Let's take a look at that surface map for late Thursday and into Friday. This is the big severe weather day across the Mississippi River Valley, extending towards the southern Ohio River Valley, just west of the Appalachians. This is where a damaging wind, large hail, and isolated tornado threat exists. Here out west, that stormy pattern continues. You can see out here. However, it's back towards the east. We get a lot of overrunning precipitation Friday and Friday night across the upper Ohio Valley, lower Great Lakes, and extending into the mid-central portion of the Mid-Atlantic towards the Susquehanna River Valley, where the Susquehanna River is pretty much at bankful in many of the upper stem branches. So if we continue to see that into Saturday, a double barrel low forming pretty much over the northeast, more precipitation, heavy rains continuing, and this is not good news for already saturated soils. So I will continue to monitor that for you here at MeteoMark. However, we start to get drying behind this front in the wake of that severe weather outbreak. And here in the Pacific Northwest, we continue that active flow off the Pacific. So that's pretty much it. Those are the big highlights for the next, say, this takes you through the weekend. Now, I've been getting questions about a possible April 10th storm scenario. We don't really want to touch on that just yet because we're just at the beginning of April, and a lot can change with the models as we've seen this winter. However, it is interesting to note that the models, the big model ensembles, are starting to hint at something along the eastern coastline of the United States. Something to that effect. However, you can't really get into any details at this point, and you can't even really get into temperature profiles because this is simply 9 to 10 to possibly 11 days out. So I will continue to monitor that. I know a lot of you just wish that winter would go away and spring would be here indefinitely. However, winter may try to spring something on us sometime around that second week of April, and I'll have more details on that as we get closer to the possible event. That's going to do it here at MeteoMark. I'm going to show you a 5-day outlook for my hometown viewers in the Susquehanna region of New York, Susquehanna region of Northeast Pennsylvania. But don't forget to like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com. Here is that Susquehanna River Valley from Binghamton to Scranton forecast. Look at this. We really looking at some nice warm temperatures here, low to mid 50s. Extending through the end of the work week, but it's here Friday, later Friday night. That's where we get into those heavy rains. We could be seeing on the order of 1 to 2 inches with locally higher amounts, and this is not good since the Susquehanna River Basin from Binghamton down to Scranton is really running pretty much at bankfull, so this is not looking like very good news here. I will continue to monitor that for you, and if I have any further updates, I will post them. But that's pretty much takes us through the weekend. That's going to do it here at MeteoMark.